Vài ngày trước đây, mình đã kỷ niệm tròn 2 năm làm YouTuber. Để ăn mừng, mình sẽ giải đáp một số trong 3.000 câu hỏi các bạn đã hỏi mình. Nhưng mình thích giải đáp ở một chỗ thú vị hơn bình thường.
Music? Alright, let's do this. Dan, were you a good student when you were a student? Yeah, I was, but mostly because I was smart enough that I didn't have to work very hard to be good at it. I don't have a whole lot of fond memories of school, and I consider most of my time there a waste. Dan, how do you feel about cats, Vietnamese people, and Selena Gomez? Cats, I like them, but I have a bit of an allergy, so I could never have one. Vietnamese people, I generally like them, but sometimes they really annoy me. And Selena Gomez, I don't think I've ever heard a single one of her songs. Hey Dan, do you like children? Yeah, I love children, and they usually love me too. What university did you study at? I studied at Western Washington University in Bellingham, Washington. Ever heard of it? I didn't think so. Dan, why do you hate gà luộc? 1, because it's flavorless, 2, because it's tough, 3, because it's dry, and 4, because people in the country are always pushing it on you and saying, ăn gà đi, because they think it's the best thing in the world. Why did you want to be a YouTuber 2 years ago? I didn't really. I mean, I never had a big ambition to be a YouTuber. It was more like I had one idea for a video and it got some response, and then I had a few more ideas and those videos got more of a response. And then it just kind of continued from there. So it wasn't until I'd been doing it for a little while that I felt like, yeah, I want to be a YouTuber. Can you make 2 videos a week? No, these videos take a long time to make, and it's better that way. You can find English teaching channels that produce 2, 3, or even 4 videos a week, but the videos are always boring. They're poorly edited, they're poorly presented, and worst of all, the ideas are really weak. They'll just do a video about, like, fruit and say, this is an apple, this is a banana, this is a pear. I don't want to make videos like that, so be happy with the 1 video you get every 2 weeks. How long do you need to complete a video? That's a really hard question to answer because every video is different. There are some videos like the animal video where I had to travel a lot just to get to places to shoot those animals. And then there are some other videos where I don't really need to go anywhere and I shoot almost all of it at home. But then there's a lot of like animation and graphics that I want to do. But if I had to give a general number, I would say between 30 and 40 hours. Why don't you use a smartphone? That's a good question. Most of all because I don't want the distraction in my life. I mean, I've already got a laptop that I can use to get online, and carrying the internet around in my pocket at all times just seems like a bad idea. Plus, there are some advantages to having a phone like this. For example, I really like the fact that I only have to charge it like once a week. If I drop it, it's fine, and even if I were to really break it or lose it, like whatever, it costs $30, I'll get a new one. So there are some times when a stupid phone is actually the smarter choice. Can you show us a picture of your wife? Alright, fine, here's one of us together. But you know, all of you could have seen her before if you had watched this old video I made about Vietnamese pronouns. See, there she is, talking, breathing, moving, and everything. Can your girlfriend speak English? Yeah, she can speak some, but when we first met, my Vietnamese was better than her English, so we naturally spoke Vietnamese together. And we still do. When is your baby due? At the end of July. How will you name your baby? In English or in Vietnamese? Or both? Both, actually. We want to give the baby an English name, but in order to have Vietnamese citizenship, the baby also has to have a Vietnamese name. Have your family ever come to Vietnam to visit? Yeah, my parents have been here twice and my brother has been here once. Do your family, especially your parents, accept your living in Vietnam? Yeah, they do, but something you should understand about American culture is that it's not nearly as important to have your parents' approval on things as it is in Vietnam. For example, when I decided to come here, I didn't ask my parents if they were okay with it. I told them that I was going to do it. Now, I'm happy that they've been okay with my decision, but even if 4 years ago they had said, oh no, we don't agree with that, you shouldn't go, I would have said, okay, you can go ahead and think that while I'm in Vietnam. Hi Dan, could you please tell me the reason why you rejected a lot of chances to become an English host for some education programs? I'm not sure how you know that, but that's true. I have turned down a lot of opportunities to be on TV in Vietnam in one form or another. And the reason is just that, I don't know, I find TV lame. I never watch it, so I don't really want to be on it. I guess you have lots of fans. Have you ever met a crazy fan? And how did you react to a big fan approaching you? Yeah, I've met crazy fans, normal fans, and everything in between. And how I react to a fan approaching me really depends on how they approach me. I've had some fans who I thought were so tactless. I mean, they'll interrupt me as I'm in the middle of saying something to a friend or to my wife. And then they don't even say something like, oh, I love your videos, or thank you for making your videos, or something like that. They just say, can I take a photo with you? On the other hand, there are some people who have been extremely polite. They wait for a good chance to talk to me, they don't ask me for anything, and they keep it brief. Those people I really like. Can I have your phone number? Wow, I'm really amazed how many people ask for my phone number or my address in these questions. I guess there are a lot of people who want to talk to me. But you know what? I've got a better idea. Why don't you give me your phone number? And then when I want to talk to you, I can call. How many countries have you visited? I've been to 10 countries. I'll give them to you in the order that I visited them, although some of them I've been to more than once. Canada, Australia, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, China, Korea, Vietnam, Myanmar, and Laos. What country do you like the most, Dan? That's really hard to say because my experiences in the countries I've been to have been very different. For example, I went to China for just 5 days on a business trip. In Indonesia, I was traveling alone for 2.5 months, and I've been living in Vietnam for 4 years. But even though those experiences are really different, if I had to choose one favorite, it would probably be Vietnam. Do you believe in life after death, Dan? No, I do not. Dan, in the USA, do they have ban thờ? No, we do not. Do you understand the voice of Hattian people? No, I do not. Do you know how to solve a Rubik's Cube? No, I do not. Hey Dan, do you like soccer? No, I do not. Are you a DC fan or a Marvel fan? Nope. Hey, do you put on any makeup while filming? Because your eyebrows look great. Nope, these babies are all natural. Will you change your nationality to Vietnam? No. An American passport is much more valuable than a Vietnamese one. Do you want to move to Ho Chi Minh City? Not really. I mean, I already live in one huge city, so if I were to move out of it, I would probably want to move somewhere pretty different. I have thought a lot about leaving Hanoi, but if I move anywhere, it'll probably be to Da Nang. Dan, can you hear or figure out all the words in a rap song without looking at its lyrics? No. In fact, even a lot of non-rap songs, I have to look at the lyrics to understand some of what they're saying. So don't feel bad if you listen to a song and don't understand all of it. Dear Dan, who is your favorite YouTuber? Probably Tony Joe, who does every frame of painting. He doesn't make videos very often, but when he does, they are a must-watch. Hey Dan, do you know Niga Higa, Ryan Higa? Okay, first of all, I want to correct a small mistake that a lot of you guys made. There were a lot of questions like, do you know Niga Higa? Do you know PewDiePie? Do you know Johnny Depp? That's a pretty unnatural way to ask it because it sounds like you're asking me if I know them personally, which of course I don't. It's better if you say something like, do you know who Niga Higa is? Or have you ever seen PewDiePie's videos? In the case of Ryan Higa, yeah, I know who he is, and I think he's one of the most creative, funniest, most hardworking YouTubers out there. There are some other really popular YouTubers where I see their videos and I'm just like, why? Why are people watching this? But in the case of Ryan Higa, I think he deserves it. Who is your idol? I don't have any idols, and I don't think you guys should either. Once in a while, a fan will come up to me and say, "You're my idol." I really don't like it. I mean, anyone who you might idolize, a singer, a YouTuber, an actor, whoever, that's just a human being with many flaws. So go ahead and admire them, but don't idolize them. Why are you so thin? I don't know. I eat a lot, I think. Hey Dan, what would you name yourself in Vietnamese? Nothing. I don't really like the whole thing of taking a name in a foreign language. Like I'll meet a Vietnamese person who says, "Oh, my name is Judy," or "Oh, my name is Mike." Like, no, it's not. Give me your real name. What's your favorite drink, Dan? I want an honest answer. I don't know why someone would give you a dishonest answer about something like this, but my favorite drink is tea, specifically Earl Grey tea. However, if you were asking about alcoholic drinks, then my favorite is whiskey, specifically bourbon. What's your favorite color, Dan? I want an honest answer. Again, I don't know why someone would give you a dishonest answer about this, but my favorite color is and always has been purple. Dan, can you sing a Vietnamese song?
Tổ quốc Việt Nam xanh ngát, có sạch đẹp mãi được không? Điều đó.
Why am I so stupid? I don't know, you would have to ask your mom about that. Dan, I live in a city which is far from Hanoi, blah blah blah. Have you ever thought about teaching online by Skype or Hangouts? Yeah, I have thought about it, but it doesn't sound like a very fun way to teach, and I'm not really sure how useful it would be for you guys either. The main food of the Vietnamese is rice, so the main food of the American is what? There isn't one. I get asked this question a lot, but in America we eat everything. Sometimes we eat bread, sometimes we eat rice, sometimes we eat potatoes, and sometimes we eat pasta. There isn't one thing that we eat all the time, the way Vietnamese people eat rice. Hi Dan, can you show me your picture when you're not wearing glasses? Yeah, sure. Hi dear, can you show us how to make the fake poop in your videos? Dear? Yeah, okay, I'll put a link to the recipe in the description. What do Americans think about sex? Well, like most people around the world, we think it's pretty fun. How can I meet you in Hanoi? Sign up for one of my classes? What would you do for 24 hours before the end of the world? A lot of really R-rated stuff. Hey Dan, what is butt in English? I think most of the time you could translate it as dirty, or in some situations maybe nasty. Have you ever tried anything that helps growing hair? No, I haven't, and I find it kind of pathetic when guys use shampoos or creams to grow more hair, or wear toupees or whatever. It's like, dude, just accept your baldness. It's not that big of a deal. Dan, do you think girls in Vietnam are more beautiful than girls in the USA? In general, yes. And I think that most of my American friends here would also agree. When will you stop making videos? When I stop having ideas for them? Or when there's something else that I want to spend more time on? How to be Dan. Baby, you can't be me. What is your favorite ship or starfighter in Star Wars? TIE Fighter, no question. Hi Dan, will you watch the new episode of Star Wars? Yeah, probably, but I don't think I'll go see it in the theaters. Like, I found The Force Awakens really disappointing. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if the woodchuck could chuck wood? Boy, I don't know. You would have to ask my sister. She sells seashells down by the seashore. What's the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything? 42. White and yellow or black and blue? Black and blue, obviously. What types of cameras do you use for the videos? Well, right now I'm using well, let's get it off that thing. Okay, I'm using a Canon 70D, which I really like. But I only started using that for my video about Hanoi. Before that, I was using this one, a Canon 700D, which is pretty basic, but it's alright as a starting DSLR. But I only started using this one, I think, for my other and another video, and before that, I was using this tiny Fuji FinePix XP70. So yeah, if you're thinking of trying to be a YouTuber, don't worry about starting small. Can you make this question be the last question? Yeah, sure.
Hey, before I finish, I want to thank Pablo Yang for letting me shoot my video in his studio in Hanoi. Pablo is a musician and music instructor whose work you may have heard a few months ago in my TED video. In his studio, which is called The Secret Garden, Pablo teaches private music lessons as well as organizes music, meditation, and boutique arts events. If you're interested in learning more about what he does, you can check out his pages on Facebook, @Secret Garden Arts and @Pablo Yang Music.